Today we're going to look at the Monkey Tools Query Sleuth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it open for this workbook right now, and I'm going to show you what the interface looks like in a free license of Monkey Tools. So essentially, this tool has two jobs. Number one is to let you trace your query dependency chain and see what the M code is. And number two, if you happen to be on a pro license, is it will also allow you to make light edits to your M code, as well as shows you things in a little bit easier version. So you can see right here, I have a budgets query. If I go and click on this, this is loaded to the data model, as we can see, and it gives me some nice indented M code, which I find to be a little bit more readable as to what's actually going on. But the cool thing about this is you can also go and say, double click on calendar, for example, and you can see that calendar is fed from the end date query and the start date query, which happen to also be fed from other queries. So we can see end date was fed from staging budgets all the way down to raw data budgets as well. The entire query, as I say, which is quite long in this case, is shown in full indented format here, so you can see all of the different pieces that make up it. Now, you will notice that most of the options for our free version are grayed out. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually close this. I'm going to switch into Pro mode and show you how it looks a little bit different. So here we are looking at the Query Sleuth in the full Pro version. You'll notice here that we've got some color coding for our tables in data model. These ones are green because they do load to the Power Pivot data model. Our connection only queries are showing as yellow, as you can read from the legend here. Now, once you get used to this, you'll understand the color coding. So this actually takes up a little bit of space. So we give you the ability to actually hide the legend and make it go away to get a little more room in the window over here. Once again, we can go and we can click on our queries, but you'll notice that we've added a little bit more syntax highlighting here. Highlighted in yellow is staging budgets, which happens to be one of the precedent queries for this particular query. We're still indented by default, although we can certainly switch it back to an unindented format. We can even turn off text wrapping if you want to see it in the kind of more natural Power Query way. I'm not a big fan of this though, so I'm going to wrap my text and I'm going to show it back in the indented version. And there we go. We can now see it nice and easy. Our calendar, you'll see, actually runs through a lot of pieces here. And again, the color formatting is going through this whole thing as well, still indented. Now, some of the cool stuff around this particular query set, though, is it also allows us to make light edits to our M code. So if you notice over here on my sales table, my amount column is set as a currency. Over on my budgets table, though, it's set as an int64.type, which is a whole number. Now, that might not be what I'm looking for, so I can go and just change this to currency. And you'll notice that this turns red up the top here. If I want to go and edit multiple queries at the same time, I could put a pin in this one. I could move over to sales and take a look and say, oh, no, that one's just fine. So I could move back to budgets over here, take a look at it, and I could say, let's do an update. And what you'll see is that over on the right-hand side, our budgets table reloads with this new change in place. So light edits to the M code without ever opening the Power Query editor. I can still interact with Excel behind the scenes, even though the Monkey Tools windows are actually open. Now in our next video, I'm going to show you how we actually deal with precedents and dependents. But I do want you to recognize there's a lot of options that are available here for pro users in order to be able to sort through things, trace their query dependency chains, make light edits, all without ever entering the Power Query editor and locking out Excel. Thanks for watching this episode of Using Monkey Tools. To get your own monkey, visit our website at monkeytools.ca. Or if you subscribe to Skillwave's Self-Service Business Intelligence Academy, you'll get a free annual pro license included with your subscription. And remember, Monkey Tools was developed to support better Excel and Power BI solutions. If you want to learn how to really master these tools, you should definitely check out our full course catalog at skillwave.training.